We're going to move on to the final question of the evening, and then we're going to close with giving them each 2 minutes as a closing statement. What I have up here, and I have asked the candidates not only for the House seat, but also the District 8 congressional seat, to fill out the Republican Party platform questionnaire. This is created, it's got all the planks of the Republican Party platform, and they are to add any comments and put how they, whether they strongly agree with it or they do not support that particular plank of the platform. I think it's important that all of our candidates have read and understand the Republican Party platform. That's why I asked them to fill it out. So the final question would be, how closely would you follow the Republican Party platform questionnaire that you filled out if elected state representative? That first will go to Sean.
I didn't get a questionnaire, so I didn't get one to fill out.
I did actually give you one about 3 months ago.
Oh.
Okay.
But I'll tell you this, I have for, no, I'm doing math in my head, that's difficult. For probably a couple of decades, going back a couple of decades into the 91 probably, is when I first got involved in the Republican Party at the time, being vice chair of Sandy County. And then subsequently being the chairman of my Sandy County and vice chairman of the 8th Congressional District, and being on platform committees at various levels, and actually helping in the transition of what we have now is we have a standing platform. There was a time when we did not have a standing platform. We could have a completely different platform every 2 years. And we changed that because we said, and I was part of helping in that transition, because the platform is what we stand on. It is the platform on which we stand. That's why we call it platform. And that should be mostly not changing. That certainly will change a little bit year to year. Things will come up and we'll have different policies and issues. I have always said that we should be standing on the platform. I don't know of anything that exists in the Republican Party platform with which I disagree. At one point, I think we had something in there about naming a highway after somebody, and I thought that was kind of silly when we had that in the platform. But other than that, I've been with the Republican Party for active in the grassroots at the basic level, the basic political organizational unit, BPOU. We're going back to the early 90s, and it's very important that our candidates be tied into with what we believe as the party base is what we stand on.
Great, thank you. Sheldon.
I read it, I cited, I'm not going to go back on, my answers are there, you'll have it, and I intend to honor what I've said there throughout my terms.
Simple, great. Bob Barrett.
Sure. I am, you'll see when you look at it, I'm strongly in favor of every area of our party platform, because I think we want a state representative that believes in what we stand for collectively, and I do. In fact, I emailed you asking if I could add some additional information, because there were some things I wanted to express in very vociferous ways. One is the right to life. I believe strongly in that, and I want to make sure everyone is aware that I will vote on every issue that votes for pro-life. And I will do that every time. I'm also in favor of not using money as a crutch. We solve problems through money in government, and we should be conservative all the time. We tend to just throw money at a problem and think the problem's solved. Problems never get solved with money. They get solved with using our brain, and that's what I intend to do as your state representative.
Great, thank you. Moving on, that will be Russ Gooch.
Well, I concur. I have agreed in some level with every single plank in our platform. As Sean, I've been involved for a fair amount of time, not quite as long as Sean, but almost. And over the course of that time, like I said earlier, I've served in several leadership roles in our party. One of those roles was resolution chair. I've gone through a couple of convention cycles as our resolution chair and helped manage the convention, that part of the convention. I've actually helped to write a few of the planks in that party, or in our platform, I should say. So I view it as, at least in some ways, partly my statement in life. So I have no problem standing behind the platform or on top of the platform, or however we want to articulate that. It does demonstrate what we believe as Republicans. And I think it's a little unrealistic to think every single person in the party believes in every single word, but almost everybody believes in 90-something% of it. So there may be some variance here and there for some of us, but it's a good, solid document. It articulates where we are as a party and what we believe in. So I will support it, and I will defend it.
Thank you. Don Taylor?
I've enjoyed going through the platform and answering the questions, because it does make you, when you just read it, it can kind of get, you just don't pay as much attention, but when you got to really answer it, you have to focus on it more. So I've answered every one of them, strongly agree, except a couple of them I haven't answered yet, because I want to go back and look at what it's referring to a different, I wish I could remember, but something that I wasn't familiar about. So I want to go home and Google that and see what comes up, and then I'm going to make my answer. But I have a feeling, with the way everything else has been, I strongly agree with those areas too. So I would stand by our party platform.
Great, thank you.